Hello and welcome. Today we've got this Shimano 105 5501 rear derailleur to work on. I was doing a bike shop bin recently and this was chucked in. From what I can tell, the probable cause for the bike shop to throw this away is, I think, possibly that this rear cage is slightly bent. Also, it's missing the anchor bolt and the barrel adjuster, though I think I can have some replacements for that. Also, I've noticed that whoever worked on this before has put the jockey wheels the wrong way. The G pulley is at the bottom. It should be towards this on this side. So we'll swap that out as well. And other than that, it looks like it just needs a bit of a clean. So let's begin doing that. Let's begin by removing the jockey wheels. So that's number 3 Allen key wrench. If this is not repairable, at worst I'll just keep the derailleur for spare parts. Right here we've got a tiny little bolt to take off, and it will be a number 2 wrench. So let's get that out. Make sure you do this with a quality branded wrench, as cheaper ones will potentially can around the head. I quite like this finish on these derailleurs, the shiny silver. However, it does seem to get affected by impacts, scratches everywhere, and then it becomes ugly. Okay, I think we got that out. And once you've done that, the outer jockey wheel cage will come out. You'll see here there's still Shimano grease on the top. Let's take out that spring. There's a seal here you can take off. We're going to remove this clip at the back. Oops. So anything, use a screwdriver to take that out. Usually they're turned the other side. There you go, got it in the right direction. So once you've got the clip in this direction, you can now take your screwdriver or knife or whatever you want to use, and you can pull this out. Be careful, sometimes these flicker. This part here at the back can flick up and hurt your finger. Okay, so I'm going to let go. So there's a screw here that we're going to take off shortly. Seal. The spring, short tip facing towards us. Can remove this bolt now. There's a seal here as well. Sometimes these internal springs are easy to remove. On this one it's quite hard, as the end of it is quite enclosed, and so it's going to be fairly difficult for me to put it back on if I remove it, so I'm going to not do that. We can now remove the limit screws. We'll go for the full swing and clean that up as well. Okay, everything's been cleaned. depending on what type of dirt or debris that you've got on yours, will be depending on what you're going to be using for cleaning products. Mine seems to be just a little bit oily, so a lot of it will be able to I'll be able to rub off, and maybe use some degreaser and a bit of soap. Okay, I've cleaned everything, so now let's put these all back together. I also rebent the jockey wheel cage. We're going to see if that worked, if I need to reshape it still. Hopefully it's worked though. First thing we're going to do is work on the top knuckle. So I'm going to take off the screw. That's going to make it easier for us later on. I'm going to just lubricate some of the parts. So I'm using Shimano grease, but you can use any lithium-based grease on a derailleur, unless obviously it's made out of carbon. Alright, that's done. So here you had a sill. There's a bit of like a ridge. Don't know if I can capture on camera, but you want to put it on the right way. But the hanger bolt, this bolt is going to kind of seat into it, so it should be quite obvious where it goes. Next, grab the spring. So the long tip of that rounded spring goes into the interior first. So you put one tip into the hole at the back. We then have that sill. So again, there is a certain way to put that. You'll have to figure that one out. And then we put the other tip of that spring into the hole of this metal part stopper here. And that should all kind of seat in for now. So next, get a number 2.5 or number 2 Allen key wrench. We're going to pop that through the hole. Be prepared with a plier and the clip, which we're going to insert back onto here once we've got this in the right position. So using your hand as leverage, we're going to be able to turn, and that little tab there that's going downwards is going to go in front of the stopper on the knuckle right there. So once you've got that to the right position, you can then remove this, grab the clip and put that underneath the ridge of the bolt, and then we're going to take a plier and pry it underneath. Once you've done that, you can turn this round to the right position. I don't know if I can do that. There you go. Great. Now we can put the the screw back into that stopper. And while we've got that screw with us, we can put the limit screws back in to make it go faster. Yeah, no, it's this way. So that little plastic bit that you put in, it should be kind of smooth here on the top. Once it's inserted, it shouldn't get in the way. Be careful with these limit screws not to damage your derailleur, the threading of the derailleur. We'll leave those at a little bit sticking out. Okay, now we're going to work on the bottom knuckle. We're going to put the jockey wheel cage back in. So I've put some grease on the interior here. So for this spring, the larger sided, the diameter on one size larger, and you want to put that into the knuckle first. So aim for the hole at the back there, the tip of the spring. We then got 2 holes here to choose from, a more tensioned or less tensioned side. So I believe that the left is more tensioned. But before we put that in, I just forgot, we've got the seal. Nearly forgot to do that. Okay, got that in. So now we're going to twist this, and you put that right there in front of the stopper. Once that's in place, you want to push this down kind of, and we're going to put that screw back in. And so holding that nice and tightly, I'm going to push that through. Get your number 2 Allen key. And that's done. Okay, now let's put the jockey oils. We'll get to see if I fix the cage or not. So I'll put the G pulley in the right place this time. So that will go on the top. Don't tighten yours too much. We're going to just tab it so it holds in place whilst we put the tension pulley on. We can now fully tighten that up. Okay, so quick look, seems to be that the anchor bolt's like this one, which I happen to have a spare of. Just a tiny bit of rust there, but I'll clean that up after. Barrel here, I haven't got something like that, so I'm going to have to put this one for now. Better than nothing, I guess. Right, well, I'm finished. I hope this helped you service your Shimano 105 rear derailleur. Thank you for listening, and until next time, peace out.